Let's take a look at problem number 20. Now I'm going to show this three ways. Last way is probably going to be easiest. It's using a calculator. First way I'll show is substitution. Now you don't have to do it all three ways, of course, on a test. I would recommend the calculator solution, but if you wanted to do it by hand, then you're more than welcome to. So let's solving a linear system of equations using substitution. Step 1. Solve one of the equations for one of the variables. Step 2. Plug this value, or plug this into the other equation and solve. And step 3, plug this value into the equation from step 1 and solve. So let's take a look at this one. Substitution. We got x plus 2.5y equals 900. And we got 5x minus 2y is equal to 150. Now, step 1, solve one of the equations for one of the variables. The easiest one I think to solve for is the first one because the x is almost by itself. So we'll start with it. Now take 2.5y to the right side and you get x is equal to 900 minus 2.5y. Now step 2, now plug this into your other equation. So our 5x minus 2y is equal to 150. Now we just said x is equal to all of this, so we're going to replace the x in our second equation with that. So we're going to have 5 times 900 minus 2.5y minus 2y equals 150. Then my steps say and solve. So 5 times 900 gives us 4,500 minus, I'm not very good with decimals, we get a calculator, 2.5 times 5, I shouldn't have to do this, 12.5. So minus 12.5y minus 2y equals 150. Combine together like terms at any step. Negative 12.5y, negative 2y gives us negative 14.5y equals 150. Get everything with y on one side, numbers on the other side. I'm going to take the negative 14.5y to the right side, so it's positive, and 150 over the left side. So we got 4,500 minus 150 equals 14.5y. Now add numbers at any step. That gives us 4,350 equals 14.5y. Divide both sides by the number in front of your y. So we got 4,350 divided by 14.5. And that's going to give us our y. So let's see what it is. 4,350 divided by 14.5 gives me 300. Okay. Now step 3 says now plug this into the equation from step 1, which is right here. And again, it's perfect form because it's solved for the other variable already. So I got x is equal to 900 minus 2.5y. So it gives us 900 minus 2.5 times 300. So we got 900 2.5 times 300. So minus 750. So we get x is equal to, there it goes, 150. So this answer here would be 150, comma, 300. Which would match, let me see. Oh, it's just asking for the x part. Okay, it probably helps to actually read. So it looks like B is in Bill. So, well, let's do this via the addition method and see how that goes. Using addition, some books call this the elimination method. Okay, so step 1, line up the like terms. Step 2, multiply one or both equations by a number, I'll put an S here because it could be two numbers, such that either the x's or y's are additive inverses of each other. Step 3, add the equations and solve for the remaining variable. Now plug this value into either equation and solve for the other variable. Okay, so let's use these steps here. So we got x plus 2.5y equals 900, and 5x minus 2y is equal to 150. Now, step 1, line up the like terms. X's are lined up, y's are lined up, numbers over here. So that's okay. Step 2 is multiply one or both of the equations by a number such that you can either make the x's or y's additive inverses of each other. Now, additive inverses means this is a positive 5x right here. This has to be a negative 5x. So I think, what do I multiply by this x such that I can get negative 5x? And I would multiply it by negative 5. Well, we have to multiply the entire equation by it. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times 2.5y, I have no clue. Let me plug in my calculator. We get negative 12.5y. And negative 4,500. And then I got 5x minus 2y here equals 150. Well, step 3, add the equations together. Negative 5x plus 5x drops away. Negative 12.5y and negative 2y gives us negative 14.5y. And negative 4350, I think. And then solve. So we're going to, that's a second part of step 3. And solve for the remaining variable. So we'll divide both sides by negative 14.5. And we're going to get y is equal to, plug in my calculator, 4350 divided by 14.5, and we get y is equal to 300. And then our steps say to now plug this value into either equation and solve for the other variable. Doesn't matter which one you pick. The easiest one. I'm going to pick the second one. It doesn't have any decimals. So we got 5x minus 2y equals 150. And we just said y was 300, so put 300 in for the y. So we got 5x minus 2 times 300 is 600, equals 150. Take the negative 600 over, and we get 150 plus 600. So we got 5x is equal to 750. Divide both sides by 5. And we get x is equal to 150. Let me double check that up here. I think that's what I got. Yeah, 150. I didn't plug that in the calculator, so I wasn't sure. Okay, so our answer, point-wise, would be 150, 300. All they want is the x part. Let's look at the calculator now. Okay. Easiest one last. Okay, solving linear systems equations using the T83 84. Okay, step 1. Get everything with a variable on left side, numbers on the right side, and line up the like terms. Write down the corresponding matrix and input it into your calculator. Now I'm going to put a second, be sure to do a second mode when done inputting it. A lot of people forget that step. Okay, step 3. Go into your matrix menu, right arrow, and then up arrow to RREF, and press enter. Go into the matrix menu, enter on A, enter again. Step 4, if decimals, math, enter, enter. So let's look at these steps. Third way. Okay, so we got x plus 2.5y equals 900. And we got 5x minus 2y is equal to 150. Step 1, get everything with variable on the left side, numbers on the right side, line up the like terms. X is lined up, Y's are lined up, and that's step 1's done. Step 2, write down the corresponding matrix and input it in your calculator. Now, a corresponding matrix, we drop the x's, the y's, and the equals and keep the numbers. So we got 1, 2.5, 900, 5, negative 2, and 150. And let's go ahead and put this in our calculator now. So I'm going to go into the matrix menu on mine is above the what looks like x to negative 1 button. That's actually the inverse button, but I'm going to do a second x to negative 1. Now on a T83, not a T83 plus, but a T83, there's actually a button that says MATRX. And we're going to right arrow to edit. This is where we input matrices. Press enter on it. Then I'll put the size in. It's rows by columns. So I got 2 inner, 3 inner. And then I got 1 inner, 2.5 inner. After you put in every number, or you press enter after it. I'll learn to speak someday. 900 inner, 5 inner, negative 2 inner, and 150 inner. And you want to make sure you do a second mode to exit out. Okay, step 3. Go into the matrix menu again. So we're going to, let me clear that out. We'll do second, x to negative 1. Then it says right arrow. We're right arrowing to math. And then up arrow to RREF. So I'll push up arrow a few times until my cursor gets up to RREF, and then push enter. Then it says go back in your matrix menu, second, x to negative 1, and enter on A. Now A is already highlighted, so it's under name, so you just press enter. And then it says you press enter again. Now, in your first square, this 2 by 2 here, you should have a diagonal 1, 0s everywhere else. And notice what I have in my right-hand column. I have 150, 300. So that gives us our same answer.